comes through, that's fair enough. I would quite like to see a lot more from Rush B over here. Obviously, we just saw them on Vertigo up against Saw if you weren't tuning in over here, and it felt like they did somewhat lose their wits about them at times.
Yeah, no, they definitely had that game kind of fall out of their hands. Saul were very capable at taking them down on that Vertigo, but we now move into an Ancient, which is the most played map really between these two squads in many of their online outings. So let's see how it all pans out. Rush B on that CT side and PARIVISION go for an A side execute.
Taxi to meet them head on, and head on he is roaring through. Kiro as well right here to help out and get his name in the mix. I was there too, yeah. It's like a playground brawl. Everyone wants to get a kick in when the enemy team is down, but Taxi's the one who actually put them there.
Yeah, they were thoroughly prepared for this A-side execute. They had double dualies in place. They still had reinforcements coming as well. PARIVISION got hard red.
Well, I don't know about red, but PARIVISION have to make sure they're not beat black and blue. That's what happened in the early stages up against Sinners. And of course, they did put up a very nice attempt on the comeback on the CT side, but when you're already bruised and battered, sometimes getting across the finish line can be very difficult, even if you get a few punches out.
Yeah, they've been wrought with a lot of losses, unfortunately, here on the PARIVISION side. So trying to save face as much as possible. Of course, we highlight the fact that this PARIVISION team are undergoing some roster moves and roster uncertainties, unsure about whether or not Alpha is a long-term solution or not. Because Alpha's been quite impressive, and he continues to impress. Deagle headshot, that brings it into a 3-on-3. They get enough room for a plant as well. This round is finishable by PARIVISION, but there's also a decent amount of utility here for Rush B to make their lives a little easier.
Kinky's been blocked off by the smoke, and in the meanwhile, Kiro's found one. Alpha down. Kinky is going to really need to come alive. Kiro, I think it might have been nice if he's gave that M4 to someone else, but when he's hitting shots like that one, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Rush B to bring it all together. Kiro's got himself the kit as well, and it will be a retake, even if PARIVISION are likely going to go for another much stronger attempt soon after this.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, they came in with very minimal investment and were able to get a whole lot of mileage out of it. 3 kills, a bomb plant, and effectively a winnable scenario. So yeah, this reinforced buy is going to be looking very nice for them. An AWP out for Art Frost, where Rush B's Kiro cannot really contend on that same level. And honestly, I'm wanting to see more out of Art Frost. They got nice aggressive rifling last time we got to peer into PARIVISION. But Art Frost isn't really looking like the one I saw on the rise with Spirit. Hasn't for a little bit. We'll see flashes from it in my previous tuning-ins of PARIVISION outings. But not today. That's a pretty fumbled mid-smoke.
A little bit, yeah.
That will not help Patsy get out mid.
Maybe it's all setting up for an easy kill.
For whom?
Unfortunately, it wasn't for Patsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Like, God, guys, it's so easy to throw smokes now. You don't even need to line up anymore in CS2. You need a little bit. Meanwhile, Noto has been tagged up in return. Art Frost as well does lose some of his life for it. But Rush B have got themselves that one flashbang that they're hoping will allow them to funnel through CT and Temple and end up inside the side itself. There's only 3 players here for PARIVISION. Alpha's trying to play the late game. And with nades going out, Noda plucked out. Score is somewhat even. In the meanwhile, back in towards middle. That's where Alpha's looking to commit. Belchenok will find one. Good damage on the second. Kinky is finished off. And Rush B, well, they fall apart.
Yeah, nice stalling utility. Great job at keeping them at bay while Alpha is converting on that lurk. And even though Rush B do start moving in to that bomb site for the retake before Alpha's really in position, some nice clean shooting to thin out the herd. All the pieces are able to activate in that post plant. And Rush B will be forced into a weird position where they're likely to have to force buy.
Bit of a tech timeout coming in, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see anybody out of the service. I wonder if this is just be like a quick lag issue or something.
Right. If you were playing in, let's say, a PC cafe somewhere or whatnot, right, for a match, and you felt like it was haunted, would you call our tech timeout?
A haunted internet cafe.
Yeah. Like, you're feeling like, oh no, the ghost is coming for me.
I don't believe in ghosts, so no.
You are a bad human being.
Huh?
I just want you to know that.
But how?
Because you are no fun. You don't believe in ghosts, Michael. What do you mean?
What do you mean? I mean,
Okay,
I obviously
I
understand what a ghost is. Thank
Let
you.
me make this a little bit more 21st century for you, okay? You're unsure about how creepy things were going to be. It's nighttime now. The lights are off everywhere, and you're suddenly feeling a little bit worried, a little bit scared. And you're thinking, oh no, what if, someone comes out and they're someone I don't know, and I'm afraid of this. Let's say instead of a ghost.
Well, I mean, in this hypothetical scenario, am I choosing to be at this internet cafe, or am I forced to be there because my PC at home ain't working?
Yeah, your PC at home isn't working.
Oh, well, then I just play it out. I ain't calling a tech timeout for that.
All right. Brave man, Michael is. Thank God you're not a pro player, otherwise I don't want you to be dead to a ghost.
To be honest, thank goodness I'm not a pro player. My stats would be embarrassing.
The ghost just looks at you and says, ooh.
Brother, ooh.
Well, you got the word that it was a mouse problem, and it is very quickly fixed out. So, no harm, no foul.
This is a force buy here from Rush B, and forward play in from the MP9 of Nota. Taxi had to take the deep line, but hardly the gun conducive to that fight.
They might not be expecting Nota to be playing it over there.
Yeah, but they
Maybe
also
actually push forward.
Yeah, they also won't try it either. This boost is cool. You can get a lot done, but Kira doesn't stay with it. He's starting to regather towards this B bomb site. There is a smoke that will go... Oh, it went too deep. Ugh. They're hoping that would maybe send them back into this paradigm between... Oh, do we go towards B or do we finish towards A? Because if B is smoked off and we can't get past that entrance, then things get very awkward. But Bolsonaro has hung around at elbow and flushed out that player still that was pushed forward onto A. But there are players inside of smokes here on the side of Rush B. This is still awkward for PARIVISION to navigate, but now that Belchanok has all that territory, Patsy's left to his own devices while that bomb... Well, it was going to make the rotate, but... And it is now making the rotate? Okay. There was a lot of indecision coming out here from PARIVISION. This round was a bit all over the place, but they're just happy that they didn't fall foul to the Rush B force buy.
It's kind of funny. Executor actually stays alive and gets the kill because he was behind the player inside the smoke when the smoke was blown open. So after one kill was found, I think it was... God, actually, I'm not sure which one, who got the kill on the T side, but he just backed off thinking, oh yeah, I'm fine. And then Executor comes down and rips him apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of a wild play to just sit inside the smoke, but it can be a way that massively disrupts the effectiveness of that lurking piece of util that has become a lot more meta on that B bomb side on Ancient. But a nice protocol in place for that for PARIVISION. Blowing it open is a good way of dealing with those smoke shenanigans. We did have Balchanok disconnect, so we should have a round restart. Because he was still alive, and he did have stuff. Would you stay in the gaming cafe? I assume not.
No, I'd run away, dude. No doubt about it. Gaming cafes creep me out anyway, man. It's like it's so many people my age who are better than me at games.
Why does that creep you out?
They're just so much better than me. Actually, they're not even my age. The thing is, they're 10 years younger than me. They're like 16, 17-year-olds who skip school to come over there.
Sure.
And then I'm just thinking, I feel really old and really bad.
Sure,
and
now.
I feel haunted.
Now you feel that way, but...
Yeah. Back in the day, I didn't have... Like, listen, Michael, I was a loser. I didn't get permission to go get to gaming cafes.
You don't ask for permission.
You're doing Pakistan, buddy.
See. You just go and you use your pocket money and you're like, oh, I don't know where it all went.
Okay, I didn't have pocket money.
Oh, well.
That's why.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, there you go. But hey, that's life. And now look at where we are. I got myself a nice little bad boy at home. Got myself that Intel i14 700K. As well as a lot of other things that aren't actually sponsors for this product, so I can't say them. But it's Intel i14 700K. So you know about that one.
Now you're many generations behind.
What? 14th generation? What are you talking about?
14 700K.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, 14.
I thought you said 4700K, and I'm like, oh my god.
No, 14. You got me scared for a second. Like, wait, did I just get scammed?
It's like, wait a second, you're like 10 generations behind. I swear to God.
You know, the 4790K was an iconic processor, though. I won't lie. Even now, to this date, whenever people are making like budget builds in Pakistan because parts aren't as readily available, people are like, just get the i7 4790K. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I was building my first PC, I was thinking about that processor.
Yeah. There's a 4790K, and I think 8700K held like a special place in my heart as well.
Yeah, but the 8700K was also expensive at the time.
Yeah. That's why I got the
brand
7700K back then. Yeah, I got the 7th generation one when the 8th was out. And the mistake I made was that I got it on a 6th generation motherboard, which I didn't realize because back then all I did was I just went to a PC parts website and I put it all in. But it bottlenecked my RAM, so my RAM couldn't get the maximum like megahertz that it could. I don't actually know what the term for that is, but yeah. So
you can get
I was
the proper
bad
RAM speeds, basically.
Yes, exactly. I was bad at making PCs, is what I'm.
Oh, I mean,
but
to be fair,
it was a long time ago.
That's one of those where it is compatible, but limited compatibility.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was the first ever thing I bought, sort of with costing money. The PC that could stream Counter-Strike properly. Otherwise, before that, I had a oldie. I don't even remember the specs of that one, to be honest. But I used to get a solid 45 FPS on Source 1 Dota 2.
Damn. Yeah, that ain't great. That really ain't great.
Yeah.
And neither is this technical issue that we are currently experiencing. Trapped at 2-2, but we have not been able to resolve the issues quite so swiftly. So
those damn ghosts.
Yeah, whether they're ghosts, phantoms, or actual technical problems to be fixed, we will fix that during a break. So we'll be back with this game between Rush B and PARIVISION after that.
Who are you gonna call? We have busted the ghosts and fixed the mice. And it's time to continue on and watch Rush B's USP buy get dominated.
Well, it is a full cheerleader stack, and it will succeed in outgunning one, but yeah, now everybody else is getting decimated. So no problems dispelling the full USPs.
There you go. There's definitely going to be a lot of pressure put onto Rush B over here. Remember, PARIVISION, they aren't really in contention to go forward into the playoff stage right now anyway. Rush B, however, they have had a good streak of form in these BO1s, and look, losing at the last one, and now again in a position where if PARIVISION gets away with this, well, Rush B are going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, no, they feel very disappointed. It's a game with all the number of stakes at play for Rush B. They'd love a chance to fight for ESL Pro League, but wonder whether or not PARIVISION will make it so simple. Good start from the CTs, and it's even extended as well. Nota and Kinky combining for these 4 kills. Now leaving Artfrost as that last man, but the Molotov doing a lot of damage onto Kiro. Maybe inconsequential versus this AWP. But now it's an AWP delivery that Kiro will happily take into that next round. A solid hold in through mid from Rush B. We've seen nothing too out of the ordinary from the starts here from either T or CT. We've actually been seeing a lot of respect and a lot of space being given over to that PARIVISION T side. Almost to set up for these executes. It's just had some mixed success. It's the first time that Rush B have stopped them before they've even set up for map control.
Well, out go the Ds, and Nota has met them both with open arms. He is very happy to see them, but very happy to see them go as well. Executor, in the meanwhile, will be able to get a quick jump spot out. Keeker spotted, and Executor's got no reason to take any further action. He's just asked for reinforcements.
Yeah, people might look at that peek there from Executor and think, why didn't he swing? You know, he knew a player that was on the ramp, but he was scared about the prospect of a boost being set up by that AWP as well. That could have just been audio bait being lined up by PARIVISION as an attempt to maybe get the numbers down here on the Rush B defense. So a nice safe check from Executor just to keep tabs on that B ramp.
Nice to see that Rush B are actually completely vacating out the B bomb site as well, because they realize that PARIVISION don't have that much utility left. You used a lot of util and frankly dropped a lot of util, dying inside middle. Frost is going to be able to find the better of Kiro. And now they're starting to reset back over toward the B-bomb site. Nota spots out one, takes him down as well. Nota's had a hot hand, and Executor now can activate. He doesn't know where Kikert is, but well, Kikert was spotted out about 35 seconds ago at the same point, and he hasn't changed his location yet. Will not have the chance to do that. 18 seconds, smoke running out. Kikert needs to get a move on. Into the bomb site he goes, and he is going to be spotted and eliminated. Great round from Nota.
Yeah, just took those fights in through mid, was ready for them to run through the smoke, and then just able to rotate in and catch PARIVISION before they're really expecting it. Caught 2 players completely off guard. Artfrost was trying to rotate up through ledge and reinforce his teammates' take of the B bomb site. But, like you said, Nota seems to have the hot hand. Some great headshots. So in an attempt to pace up and take over this mid-control, PARIVISION have met a little roadblock. But this time that roadblock is absent. Not quite as much presence shown by Rush B in this area, and so PARIVISION do take mid-control. They do so relatively uncontested.
Dexy has started to make a move back over towards the A bomb site, and he has been quite loud about it. Belchanok only has to take care of Kinky, and Kinky can, well, try and take a peek up. There is a bodyguard for Belchanok available. Dexy forces them away from going in, but that's where Kiro's missed shot becomes all the more of a factor. Smoke on one side, smoke on the other, but frankly, PARIVISION do have enough time to reset back and go in through Donut, and that is going to be exactly the game plan for them.
but they're doubled up in Temple. Noda, it's all about the timing for him and whether or not this is even checked for. It's a jump peak, and Belchenok isolated on the bomb site. Artfrost sure able to deal with one, but there's Kickert for the second. Patsy as well there to cut off the rotates, and Kiro, all he can really try and do is save this ult, but Patsy denies even that. He wanted to trade onto this pesky Patsy, stabbing them in the back, but he missed his shot. I love the decision there from PARIVISION. Walk through mid and get to red. If Rushbeat aren't going to keep you in check, then you have ample opportunity to overwhelm what is typically one player left to safeguard that potential rotate, and everyone that decided to meet that front of the aggression from PARIVISION, well, they didn't come away with their lives.
A world where Kinky could have tried to maybe go in and get a quick peek in from behind that smoke, but we do not live in that world. I feel bad for Dexy. I really do. He's only got a USP and a very long-range angle to try and make it work with a smoke. No,
well,
he's been shot right through.
Yeah, he hoped someone would walk into his spam, but they just used that to track him down.
Some pretty decent damage being dealt by these USP, all things considered. The bomb isn't planted quite yet, but they just want to try and take care of any of these stragglers. Nade is good, but shot at Outfrost is actually better. This is getting dangerous as Kiro has picked up an AK, but realistically this might just be a safe call from Rushbeat to come through. PARIVISION, on the other hand, of questioning how they lost 3 players.
Yeah, probably sweating a little bit with how quickly these players were losing HP. Some nice headshots being hit by the USPs, but yeah, they won't make any conscious effort to try and hunt down Kiro. No sense conceding more of their economy over it. For PARIVISION, they have one objective. Save face, play good Counter-Strike, and serve to spoil Rushbeat's chances.
Have a good time and make the other team have a bad time. That's, I guess, the summary of it.
How dare they succeed? It should have been us.
If we can't succeed, you shall not either. Which is how it should be, in all fairness, in competition. You want people to be petty bastards.
You gotta earn your place.
Yeah.
Through every game.
And Rushbeat are realizing that right now. They still have a chance to make this CT side something to maybe pen a letter home to mum about. You win over here, maybe another round on the board, and then we can start filling up the pen with ink. But it all comes off the back of Executor. Gets a lot of space into B lane. But in the meanwhile, Belchenok's actually been brought down quite low. Executor forced off an off shot ringing into his leg. And now he doesn't feel comfortable going back into a wallbangable position. Instead, he has been firing out quite a lot of bullets, actually. I know it doesn't happen often, but I always get worried that you're going to run out eventually.
This patience from Noda creating this crossfire could be a world of a difference. I mean, PARIVISION just simply do not clear it, and it is a well-built crossfire. They will swing together, and PARIVISION have nowhere else to go. I think I'm noticing a bit of a trend for PARIVISION. Less so here on Ancient, but the rounds that do fail seem to kind of explode on them.
You know what they say? Win hard, fail hard.
Yeah.
That's what they say, alright? And when I say win hard, I mean it was kind of hard for them to win a few of those easy rounds, and that's why they are now without money.
Yeah, strapped for cash.
Yeah.
Well, they got a half buy to be quite competitive earlier in this half. See if they can do the same. Get a bomb plant in, do some damage. player they really need to humble is Nota, who's been on a tear on this CT side. Sure, 12 and 7 is not the most outrageous of numbers, but he's getting more than a kill around. Executor taking that jump peek and not actually revealing or spotting these players out, but Kinky will swing off of the initial contact. They heard the singes in those flames, and they have the bomb at their feet now.
That's a sloppy spray from Noda, but at the end of the day, I guess he's got company to help him clean up. 5 alive for Rush B, and now we enter into potentially 7th round territory. We are going to see Arndt Frost still pull out the AWP. Doesn't feel like we've necessarily quite felt the impact of it, to be honest. But this would be as good of a time as any to prove us, well, maybe not us, but me wrong.
Yeah, the player consistency. I mean, it's just there have been different players that have had kills in different rounds. We have not had a player take over or be a consistent multi-fragging force. That has been more so on the side of Rush B. Nota, a hard man to put away, but Patsy does find him just as that smoke is beginning to build back up.
Flashbang is perfect. Executor finds Alpha. Re-smokes down towards the B doors as well. The problem is he is incredibly alone. If there was a flashbang on PARIVISION to try and move through that smoke and just look for a double swing, that would be big, but they have to rely on the old-fashioned. Kinky gets found by Patsy, looking away. Timing is great, and well, if the D still commit over towards the B bomb site, this would be a great call, but they do seem to be second-guessing themselves.
Yeah, that's a really curious clear there from Kinky. Wanted to make sure that the red room was not occupied, but drew his attention away from a critical angle. Executor is here by himself and swiftly overwhelmed. A nice entry in from Kicker that will get them space towards this B bomb site. Smokes down, but not one to shore. They do see just enough around the crack on those rocks, but Kiro answers right back, and he finishes off the frag.
Kiro doesn't know there's a player inside the smoke, but he is doing some of the same funny business. Patsy's likely going to be finding Texi overhead. Texi's making way too much noise, and all in the meanwhile, Kiro has second-guessed himself maybe a bit too much. There's a world where he comes through and finds Patsy, but he's decided against it. Now going forward and will attempt for the backstab. He's given the call out. Art Frost is still searching. He is still hoping that Kiro will show up. And now Kiro on the backstab will come through, but Kicker checks it right at the nick of time. PARIVISION will equalize on 6, and we'll have to wait to the second half to find out what comes next. Rush B search for a dream, and PARIVISION look to end it. And Rush B starting things off on this T side with 2 sets of util. It's going to be a faster play. Where is it going to be? Could it be? Could it be? To be?
Or not to be. I don't know why we're extending this. It is the B bomb site that Rush B are hitting, and they go straight in with flashes, but they catch their own players with that flash, and Kicker will make great use of it. Executor and Nota answering right back, though. The trades are great here for Rush B, but there's another player sat inside of those smokes, Belchanok, waiting for his right moment to strike. But it'll have to be soon. Smoke now faded, a 1-on-3, and they are jump spotting for it. Nota will convert on a 4K. This man will not be denied. He just shall not versus PARIVISION. Another miraculous multi-kill from Nota.
Nota kind of nutty right now. Talked about him being the big hyped up player coming out of this team for a while now, but you can see why. Great flashbang from PARIVISION to try and counter out that B-sided rush. But that being said, firepower was just not really there. They weren't able to move past the smokes in time, and then the Glocks had recovered visibility and were able to make quick work of the remaining CT players.
Yep. Well, he has more opportunities to farm.
Yeah, you say that, but Kinky's coming in from the side, and he wants to have his pound of flesh. And boy, does it Tisco.
Well, Nota doesn't want to fight anymore because he is 19 HP. And he is trapped. He's got support from Ledge, so Executor will bail himself, or rather, bail his teammate out of what could have been a bad situation. Kinky's satisfied. He got 3 kills on a Mac.
Instant op-out from Artfrost. Did he save in the pistol round? Wait, I need to check this.
He must have. Yeah.
Saved in the... Let's go, Artfrost. I'm all about that life.
I mean, if you're gonna go for a 3rd round bye when you're losing, yeah. Oh, you can get it even in the 3rd round when you win, too, so...
Well, I mean, you guarantee it. Nate through to Alpha. He's not been having the best of games so far, and, well, he isn't feeling too good about the gifts he's been given. Secret is here to provide backup, though, and keeps it comfortable.
He does get out. Was getting spam burn. Belchanok there to alleviate some strain as well. A Molotov that should flush Kiro out of his position, but he will sit in those flames for a moment, wait for the flash, and he will get away with 1 before those flames subdue him. It's Kinky that responds in kind. Still into a feasible scenario here for Rush B, a 2-on-3, but it's a bit of a foot race. Texi trying to get some space over towards the A-bomb site, but Patsy does spot that progress.
Got another package over there as well. Kinky's looking for a flank coming in from behind. It'll be a difficult time to hit, but more importantly, what he can at least do is guarantee the bomb point over here in B as long as he doesn't get taken down. There aren't any flashes for PARIVISION, nor are they kits, so if they want to go and investigate, this would be a good time. Should Kicker go down middle right now and all the way up to Ledge, he could bypass Kinky's aggressive position and make this a much more competitive fight. Now, the smoke missing... Or maybe it's just actually supposed to land over there to try and prevent anyone chasing in from after that. Will at least alert PARIVISION to Rush B's intention. Taxi has a lot to do. Good for 1. Will be backing off immediately afterwards. Remember, these 2 players do not have head armor, and Khalil is effectively an AK.
All attention's drawn towards Patsy while Alpha is crept in from the backside of the site, but not to be. Texi will turn for it, and Kinky will as well find the headshot through smoke. Rush B, what started off as an opening row of kills from the PARIVISION side, they get themselves out of a tricky spot. When we started to see the dust settle, a 2 versus 3, and they sent PARIVISION the wrong direction. Nice little misdirection. Kinky or helping to orchestrate. So cool off, Art Frost. Didn't get a whole lot done with it. Not relegated to the bargain bucket buy.
Sometimes you get some good stuff out of the bargain bucket.
Sometimes.
What? A kilogram of rice that's expiring in 2 weeks? Hell yeah, dude. I can eat a kilogram of rice in 2 weeks.
Oh my god. It's a lot of rice.
Is it? Dude, it's really not, dude. A kilo.
Yeah, I'm thinking of those like 20 kilo bags.
You're thinking of 20 kilo bags.
Yeah, my brain immediately went to one of those, and I'm like, that's
I understand why. That
in
is
2
what we
weeks.
buy at home.
Yeah.
Now, 20 kilos in 2 weeks. That'd be a big weight to move past. Rush B, though, will have a big weight on their minds for the next, 4 weeks if they end their season with a loss to a team that is really not playing for all that much.
Yeah. And their fate was in their own hands.
Yeah. Right now, they've been doing a pretty good job of handling their fate. They're 9-6 up. Projected for a 10. But this is... It's a shaky projection. It's an astral projection. The stars are not in alignment. Hand that can force the Cosmos back in order. Put himself in a pretty good position. All you have to be worried about now is Belchinok. And well, Belchinok will be a man to worry about indeed. Galil recovered as well as the bomb, and now he's looking for more. Executor might find his kill, but Artfrost has done the same, and Belchinok is still fighting off demons. And well, those demons don't have a lick on him. Executor and Kinky are left in a very vulnerable position. Both of them barely any HP. And Kinky, well, he's about to meet a 5-7 head-on. Should this not be an instant headshot? Actually, no, I just noticed the time as well. There's no way for them to win this round. Okay, PARIVISION are right back in it.
Counter-terrorists win.
Could even die after the time.
Yeah, he definitely can. Oh, they're gonna run him down. Yeah, and an extra AK right with it. So thank you very much. Your economy is screwed, and PARIVISION's is looking up. That is far from ideal. Rushby just couldn't get any proper space towards the site, PARIVISION being active. And that is what you would expect from a lower buy, but Rushby may have to rely on a rushing play if they want to crack through once again. Their money's not in a great place. Probably do well to save a lot of that cash. And they will take that conservative route. Oh, remote play. I've not seen that one before.
There you go. Have you ever used that function?
No, not really.
Same. I've seen someone else use it to grief friends.
The only time I've
taken control over their computer pretty much.
okay, yeah, that is grief.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've really made use of anything like Steam over network is the downloading from your local network.
Yeah,
because
that's awesome.
That is unreal. Yeah, it's really good.
I didn't know about that actually until I got a new laptop a little while ago. Funnily enough, it was a Predator, so shout out to those sponsors again. So I was really dreading downloading because I've got like a couple of games that I have on my PC, not because I regularly play them, but because I sometimes use them as party games,
Sure.
like fighting games and stuff like that. And I was really dreading downloading them all again because I wanted to take the laptop over for a party, and I was like, whatever, I'll take the dip, and it was done in like 3 hours. I was like, how?
Oh my god!
And that's how I
3
found
hours.
out. It's a lot of games.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
It's like half a terabyte basically.
Right. Okay.
And I was just like, wow, okay. That's how I found out about the Steam network transfer. But hey, Rushby are hoping that someone on their network can transfer them a win or two. Because they are heading into this round with 2 guns and 2 sets of cover.
A very assertive Patsy at the start of this round. A good nade as well to keep these players back from elbow. So the B lane has been taken. A lot of information for PARIVISION. But will they make the read in time? Are they expecting that Rushby are sat behind those smokes at the moment? I mean, Artfrost vacated his territory over at A, but he now resets himself. But there's some indecision. There's some uncertainty here for PARIVISION, and it could ultimately net Rushby a fairly free post plant.
Oh my goodness, they're trying to... What? They're trying to go for everything! Will not actually find the kill, but a flash and a smoke through will give them that free plant that you were talking about. Hero's second guessing himself, a good reason. Molotov does go out a little bit late, so Kiro will be able to get back safely. Now, there is a deagle and 2 rifles. Those are the real threats. Watch out for them. One of the rifles already low. Texi might want to transfer that into someone else's hands. CT is still unsure about how to proceed forward. And with a man playing bait, both him and the fisherman have fallen down. So, free bomb plant, sure, but free post plant, less so.
Yeah, nobody surviving, no one winning a duel, nothing to slow down the progress there for PARIVISION. They just cluster up and run right back into the site, and Rushby are ill-equipped to properly dispel it. They also took quite a lot of damage, even though they had 5 alive for that post plant. But they did get the plant, so it more than justifies their limited investment. And they go in with a full buy now. All out for Kiro. And it would be some punishment if Artfrost gets caught by that orb, but unlikely that he'll be put in such a position. Or will he? Once again, A main being the occupation here for Rushby, and straight away with a lot of util flurrying over to Artfrost's site, but he does spam one straight through that smoke.
That seems less than reasonable. In the meanwhile, Belchanok is able to get some spam damage in as well. Resmoke out to Donut, but really the question is, what is Executor going to be getting up to? Deep flash back to CT. No one's over here to push off of it. No one's here to capitalize off of it. Kiro's been smoked off, and now he knows he has to focus more into Temple instead. Flash does not land, and he will. 4 on 4 again. CT starting to second guess themselves about how they can actually get into the site. Kinky is a free kill, and Kiro is hoping to get a few of those as well, but this retake is looking swimming for PARIVISION, and with that final kill, they'll get on the bomb. Plenty of time remaining with that kit. Belchanok gets a defuse and equalizes on 9.
Yeah, damn. I really thought they were going to be able to convert that one. Kiro had a great line in towards Temple. You can see there's a lot of hesitation in from PARIVISION. Very limited util out from those players at spawn that could help bring Kiro off of that angle. But really what it came down to is just a push through that CT smoke. PARIVISION, once again, able to just get a foothold back and well established on the site by getting these swift kills that the Rushby just can't reacclimate for. I feel like they have the time to.
Now, okay, I've got enough time to talk about something interesting. And the interesting is that there is one world, only one, where Aurora can actually qualify. Not Aurora, sorry. But am I getting this wrong? Is it Aurora? It is Aurora, right? No.
Well, PARIVISION are 2 and 4.
No, not PARIVISION. So PARIVISION can't qualify. Yeah. But I believe... I thought Aurora could have. Why is it showing me that Aurora can't either?
Aurora are 3 and 4.
Okay, so they've played their final game. All right. 9 pandas? Okay, you know what? Yeah. I don't even know what I was...
9 pandas had they won versus Aurora, but they got dominated.
Right.
By the way, it's 4 of those guys. Unlucky.
Sorry, guys. Too bad.
Yeah. The group stage must go on. yeah, had they won that game, there was a chance, I think.
Okay. Well, enough about that. It's time to go back to PARIVISION over here, who are not really left with a chance, unfortunately, but they will be very much playing spoiler to Rush B right now. Rush B looking like they have no solutions whatsoever heading into this T side. They were able to get their initial rounds off the back of the pistol and post, but ever since then, they have been completely lost. And Belchenok, well, inside, middle, gets one kill between the sandwich of T's who are just not ready for an insane play like that to be made.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't blame them. Meanwhile, Artfrost misses one shot, looking for a little bit more, will land the second, and an opportunity for a second kill as well. Right around the corner, Kiro, though, doesn't know it, but he's a dead man walking no matter where he goes.
Yeah, he's boxed in completely. And he'll probably want to try and take this fight against the AWP. Just a hairline angle that's held, and Artfrost wasn't quite ready for it. But Kiro, like you said, walking into his demise. It is PARIVISION to get to 11. Rush B trailing. And given that Rush B are one of our contenders to make it out of the group, this would certainly ruin their day.
Right, so the winner of Saw vs 3D Max will definitely be going into the playoffs regardless. If Rush B lose here, and Sinners loses to Monty, then we have a two-way tie for second place. And I'm not fully sure how that will be solved.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Mute for the next 5 seconds if you don't want to hear this. Sinners are currently losing to Monty. So, yeah, things will get very weird.
In goes Kinky, out goes Kinky, out goes Belchenok. It turns out that Rush B can also rush A. Who would have thunk it? Artfrost, in the meanwhile, is trying to remind them to be true to brand, but they've told him and the brand. And they can put it where the sun doesn't shine. Bomb will be planted, no one in donut to deny. Executor playing for the late game. And an M4 recovered. Always risky to do that when you might be out of bullets, but hey, he's A-okay. PARIVISION recede. Or do they? They still want to contest. They do have enough money to be able to buy in for the next few rounds, so I don't blame them for this at all. Gun barrel spotted. Nota will be a freebie, but the trade should be there. Kiro yet to commit. He wants to play for the bomb defuse deny, but they are expecting him in this position, confused about who's going to actually go for the defuse. Kiro shuts them both down.
Yeah, and confused about which side they would have to worry about first, considering Kiro's hesitance to continue fighting or even try and trade off of Nota dying and being just totally isolated on the bomb side itself. Maybe they weren't even... I mean, they didn't have full confirmation that Kiro was there. Until it was far too late. You caught them off, like you said, trying to defuse. Back within touching distance. Need a couple rounds straight here from Rush B if they want an easier one ahead of them, but starting off pretty poorly. It's Belchenok and Patsy that put their stamp on this mid-control.
Well, Patsy keeps it going now, and PARIVISION might have stumbled and had a hiccup in the middle, but they just have a glass of water and it is A-okay. Kiro, some flashy moments, but this might be one of those situations where your life is flashing out before your eyes, because it does feel like Rush B is facing the end.
Yeah, I mean, their money is not in a great place. Saving this up would do a lot for them in terms of getting another buy together. They'd have to rely on Kiro to really serve as a pry bar, but that'll be their best chance at it, really. I don't think PARIVISION will give him the good graces of allowing him to save, because he's been contained. They know he is towards spawn, or maybe even just sitting inside of B main. They will wait out this clock. They won't give him chances to whittle down the numbers, but I expect they will likely try and run him down after time as well.
Is there a right thing you can do here?
Nah, unfortunately, he's pretty screwed. He's got to kill him as they run at him.
There's a lot of people to kill. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't hit that.
That is crazy. 4 kills from Patsy, and we might have been praising Nota, but let's not forget that the Mr. Bat himself has been... He's always good for one of those rounds. He might not have had the most stellar game so far, but it feels like Patsy always has one, like, triple kill round in him in every single game.
Yeah. The consistent fragger for PARIVISION has really been Kickered. He's been getting, like, these supplementary frags of just kind of secure bomb sites. He's been chugging away throughout this whole map.
The sneaky 20.
Yeah, pretty much a quiet star, but, well, that's still able to deal some impact. Maybe a final hurrah here for Rush B. Going with 2 Galils. Oh, sorry, I miscount. 3 Galils. A MAC-10 and an AK. I'm sure they've got resources to take over this mid control, but just because they've thrown utility into areas hasn't meant that they have garnered that control. PARIVISION had the same issue on their T side. What PARIVISION are up to? Once a smoke goes down Red Room, they reaggress out from Donut. They want to take these fights. Patsy caught by the flash, and maybe the timing working poorly for him, but Rush B find a man advantage.
It is going to be PARIVISION who start to climb right back up into the B ledge, and they're going to get a timing where they can actually cut the bomb from crossing over. So Rush B, they really need to get a move on if they want to get into this bomb side. The bomb is able to proceed forward. But all in the meanwhile, CTs are getting ready for this retake to come through. Incendiary in Belchenok's pocket hasn't been used. Neither has the grenade. They could have denied if he was in the right position, but unfortunately was caught in the back line. So now you're without completely any sort of utility. Have to go in dry. Hardfrost is flashed off, forced off, and it does feel like it's a losing battle for the CTs. PARIVISION, though, do not want to recede back. They've got enough money to buy. They will make a go at it. 2 kills found, 3 kills found. It's never a losing battle for them. Texi as well will fall when all the cards are stacked against them. PARIVISION still bring it together.
Oh, and what a way to deliver some potential heartbreak here for Rush B. A 13-10 victory for PARIVISION, a squad that had been struggling throughout that group stage, are no longer in the running to be one of our top 2 teams out of the group. They take a win off of one of the leading contenders.